Maybe HAL is actually there to help them.
We can certainly afford to be out of communication for the short time it will take to replace it.
Never mind. Welcome back for another movie reaction, and today we'll be watching 2001 A Space Odyssey, directed by Stanley Kubrick. What I do know about this movie, I'm looking at the cover right now, so clearly it takes place in space. I know about the 2001 A Space Odyssey theme. I mean, I've seen it in The Simpsons, countless parody movies, and it says it in the caption, A Space Odyssey theme, so I know what it is. And I know it has to do with some type of pillar or something coming out the ground, because something popped up last year in some desert and it made like world news, and it was like, oh, it's from 2001 A Space Odyssey, and everyone was freaking out about it. So I don't know if it's because it just referenced this movie or because of what it symbolized in the movie that made it so important to see it in the real world is crazy. I don't know, but that's all I do know about the movie. But I'm sure it's not as simple as, just a guy in space, because with Stanley Kubrick, from I've seen in A Clockwork Orange and Full Metal Jacket, it never is. If you guys want to see more Stanley Kubrick movies, please let me know in the comments. So let's get into this. Before we begin, I do want to remind you that you can vote on what I watch, see full-length reactions, and get YouTube edits early on my Patreon through the link in the description. This movie was actually had the highest votes on Patreon when I asked them what they wanted to watch. So I'm telling you, that dollar, it's worth it. You head on over there, and I ask a lot of polls, a lot of questions, about different directors or genres they want to see. And just let you guys know, last week in October, spooky week, gonna have horror movies in there, just general scary movies, some of the classics. I don't want to reveal them yet. I want to keep them a secret until it gets closer to that time. But if you don't want to visit Patreon, you just want to wait to get that edited version here on YouTube, I'm completely okay with that as well. Please don't feel like you're ever being pressured into Patreon. It's just something I think is cool, but not necessary to enjoy this channel. You can just like and subscribe instead. That means just as much to me. It means the world to me. All of it does, guys. I hope you guys do know that. As always, y'all know I greatly appreciate it. But now it's time for the show. Let's go. This feels like a big movie that I'm watching, man. People have been asking for this since the beginning of the channel, so the hype is definitely there for me. For anyone to say they haven't heard this, even though they haven't seen the movie, it's a straight liar, man. What the fuck? I thought this shit had to do with space. So they're talking about the dawn of man, like before we were technically upright Homo sapiens. Oh, because they want to drink some water too. That's what it is. Why start with that scene? This is Stanley Kubrick we're talking about. Why start with that scene? Just to like show us in our primal state, wanting the bare necessity where man was at, water and survival. There it is. There's the thing. I don't think the thing I saw in the news was that big though. And it actually didn't look like that. It looked different. My God, that music is just haunting. Like Full Metal Jacket, that had some sinister fucking sounds in it. I'm getting Full Metal Jacket vibes. When Gomer Pyle was in the bathroom type shit. Oh, tools. That's fucking crazy. If this is what this is trying to tell us. Earlier I was thinking, okay, the thing that really makes us man are tools. Oh! Damn, he broke the shit out of him. What the fuck? For him to do this in the 60s, it's pretty impressive. The ships look as real as Alien. Oh my God, it was The Simpsons. That's where I heard it, where Homer was floating through space in the spaceship eating potato chips. Oh my God. That looks like the hangar bay from Star Wars. You know what this music is? It's kind of like wondrous. Like when you're a kid and you see a Disney and you're at Disney World, you know, where you're just in Marvel. Where you're happy and joyous and inquisitive of what's in front of you.
Did you have a good flight?
Oh, very nice indeed.
Your destination, your nationality, your full name.
Moon, American, Floyd.
And I'm assuming this is supposed to be 2001, the year 2001. And it's funny because how Stanley Kubrick had the world looking in 1995 in A Clockwork Orange. Maybe that's where he thought the human spirit would take us by then, though.
I'm just on my way up to Clavius.
I hope you don't think I'm being too inquisitive, but perhaps you can clear up the great big mystery about what has been going on up there.
Oh, shit. I think that's where our plot is going to come from.
Sorry, Dr. Smithslove, but I'm really not at liberty to discuss this.
But this epidemic could quite easily spread to our base.
Holy shit, there's an epidemic going on? He definitely knows what's going on there. How? What the fuck? That was a dope scene. Holy shit, how the hell? Like I say, I gotta keep bringing up, this is 69. How were they able to pull that off? It's almost like Stanley Kubrick intended to make this a ahead of its time looking movie. Like he's like, let's just go out all out visually and effects wise. Let's do what hasn't been done. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. So much transitioning, and we've only had one real conversation since the movie started.
I bring a personal message from Dr. HAL. And, of course, his congratulations on your discovery, which may well prove to be among the most significant in the history of science.
What the fuck? Oh shit. Okay. All right. What did they find? What the fuck did they find?
Now, I'm sure you're all aware of the extremely grave potential for cultural shock, social disorientation contained in this present situation.
Okay, so this is clearly referencing us finding the tool. It was a cultural it changed the way everyone on the planet lived our lives. So this is a discovery of the same type.
Sure, we'll all want to cooperate with Dr. Floyd as there seems to be no more questions. Thank you, Dr. Floyd.
Thank you.
The only thing I can think of is if we found actual life somewhere else. That's what I'm thinking this is. We found an alien. That would rock everyone to their core.
When we first found it, we thought it might be an outcrop of magnetic rock.
We thought it might be the upper part of some buried structure, so we excavated out on all sides.
They found a structure on the moon?
I don't suppose you have any idea what the damn thing is, huh?
No, the only thing we're sure of is it was buried 4 million years ago.
4 million years ago. I don't even remember what they said this genre of movie was. It could be a horror movie for all I know. I don't think it is, though. Damn, that's loud. Damn, that ship is way bigger. Holy fuck. In a year and a half, we got this advanced? Running on the wall effect, still crazy, man. I don't know how the fuck they did that. Like, is the thing turning itself and he's just moving in place? Is that what it is? But then the camera would have to be moving exactly the same time as the set. They'd have to be like locked in and just be turning. This is pretty cool. This is dope. All the stations and stuff are just in a circle and like, but you don't fall because of gravity. Why don't they do more shit like that in movies? You know, take advantage of gravity as an excuse to make the set look like crazy. Have people have some desks upside down damn near.
The HAL 9000 computer. Good afternoon, Hal. How's everything going?
Good afternoon, Mr. Amer. Everything is going extremely well.
What the fuck? Why are they interviewing the fucking AI? We didn't create it either?
Do you believe that Hal has genuine emotions?
Well, he acts like he has genuine emotions. Of course, he's programmed that way to make it easier for us to talk to him.
Oh, we programmed them. Okay.
You know, they talk about you all the time in the classroom, Frank. You're a big celebrity in the second grade.
I think it's being broadcast next Thursday. Perhaps you'll be able to listen in.
They're proud of their son, and they should be. Going to Jupiter.
Rook to King 1.
I'm sorry, Frank. I think you missed it. Knight takes bishop.
Yeah, looks like you're right.
control his tanning bed and play chess with the other guy. That's weird that it would go as far as to do all that on top of run everything in the ship. I don't think I would want it talking to me like that, though.
That's Dr. Hunter, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Why?
Rumors about something being dug up on the moon, but particularly in view of some of the other things that have happened, I find them difficult to put out of my mind.
What the fuck?
I've just picked up a fault in the AE unit. 100% failure within 72 hours.
Red suit? It's pretty cool. You usually only see him in white. And this must have been shortly after we actually went to the moon this movie was released, in the 60s, right? So people must have been really locked into this movie. He's going out the... Oh no, this thing is clearly bad. He's going outside the ship to repair the antenna? I thought he was like landing somewhere. They were getting close, or they were going to a space. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But he's going out there to fix the fucking satellite in space? Oh yeah, he's dead. Hal's killing this guy. He doesn't have anything to like make sure he doesn't just float off into space though? Okay, I guess I was wrong. Maybe there was something actually wrong with the satellite, and maybe Hal is actually there to help them. And he's in the dark about all this shit as well, and he's really trying to figure out what's going on along with them.
Put the unit back in operation and let it fail. We can certainly afford to be out of communication for the short time it will take to replace it.
No way. Never mind. Yo, what the fuck?
There's never been any instance at all of a computer error occurring in the 9000 series, has there?
None whatsoever, Frank.
That's bullshit. Everything malfunctions eventually.
What sort of trouble you been having, Dave?
Well, I've been getting some interference on D channel.
We'll have a look at it.
Open the door, Hal.
Oh, they're going in there so they can talk in private. That's what they're doing. They don't want Hal to hear. Explosive bolts. They wouldn't show that for nothing. Aw, what the fuck? Is Hal gonna blow them up?
Rotate the pod, please, Hal. Yeah, I'm sure we're okay. Well,
He can probably read lips, y'all. Fuck. It is reading their lips. I knew it, man. If deaf people can read lips, then Hal can absolutely read lips. That was weird. Had a whole little music piece go off to a black screen. Or is that like an intermission thing? What the fuck? Oh, it threw him. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. To hear his voice and breath cut out. That's a great way to show like that we lost him in more ways than one.
Open the pod door, Hal.
It's not even crossing his mind that Hal might have been behind this. I like the colorful suits, the yellow and the red. It's pretty dope, man. I mean, I understand like wanting to go and save your guy for sure, but having reservations about the interface, which is sentient, I don't know. I'd second guess going out there in that pod myself. It actually grabbed him. That's pretty fucking cool. Like, it got him. Holy shit, he killed them all. And we know you did it on purpose, Hal. Why would he do all this shit, though? And what does this have to do with what was on the moon?
Open the pod bay doors.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
What are you talking about?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
What? He feels like the mission will have a higher success rate if he's in control instead of them doing it manually.
I'll go in through the emergency airlock.
Without your space helmet, Dave, You're going to find that rather difficult.
Hal, I won't argue with you anymore.
Oh shit. Is he gonna ram that shit in there? Or you can't ram it in space. Unless you got boosters. Explosive bolts. It said explosive bolts on the thing. Is he gonna like fly into it from the bolt side? That's as close as it's gonna get, bro. You gotta jump through that shit and be exposed to space for a few seconds. He armed something. I'll tell you, it's them bolts. It's those bolts. I knew that's what was gonna come into play eventually. Not like this though. Oh shit! Holy shit! That was fucking smart. He got in there too.
I know I've made some very poor decisions recently, but I can give you my complete assurance.
Dude, this is the thing from Futurama. When they were trying to take over the Planet Express ship's AI system was going crazy and they had to disable it. It was in a room just like this. Holy shit, man.
I became operational on the 12th of January. My instructor was Mr. Langley.
Lowering of the voice lets us know he's losing power. It's working.
The first evidence of intelligent life is buried 40 feet below the lunar surface, near the crater Tycho.
Even that's still a mystery. What the fuck, man? I thought we were gonna get some explanation on that, but it did have to do with that. I knew, and so it's just letting us know, but we knew that once we found the pillar, that obviously that's why they were flipping out, because it meant someone or something built it and left it there. But it's bouncing off a radio signal from Jupiter to there. Holy shit, that monolith is just floating through space. Oh, so now I'm getting it. That loud noise that was making them hold their ears together on the moon. That's probably the transmission that was coming through, but it was so strong. It was like deafening. What the fuck? What the fuck? Whoa, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is like some interdimensional shit. What was that? This is beautiful though. That's all I know. Just like everything is warped. Is he finally crashing? He's got to be. He's getting lower and lower. This is something you want to see in theaters for sure. That's why I gotta say people losing their minds seeing this in cinemas back then. What the fuck? I think his brain trying to process everything, it just fucked him up. Where the fuck is he though? And how did he get there? Maybe this is where he grew up? Are aliens doing this to him? Is that him? He's already an old man? He saw himself as old and then became old? This is meant to fuck with your head. Now he sees himself dying and now he is dying? What the fuck? I mean, there's really no time in space or something like that. I forgot what it is. Like in dimensions, the way time works is like time's not real or some shit like that. I don't know. We're back at the moon. What? Oh, well, okay. What the fuck was that? Huh? After I do the recap and shit, I'm gonna have to go in and look up what the fuck that ending meant, what the movie meant, what? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was 2001 A Space Odyssey. Stanley Kubrick, what the hell, man? Just like the vein of his other movies, it's a mind fuck. And it's about messing with your mind, like A Clockwork Orange, losing your mind, The Shining, losing your mind. This, he lost his mind, and Full Metal Jacket, which is crazy. That makes you realize how crazy the Vietnam War actually was, that it fits into his other movies in terms of things that make you lose your mind. And that's something that's real. So shit, that's scary to think about. But it felt like a Stanley Kubrick movie. And now I see what everyone was talking about, how it being ahead of its time visually and how it inspired, shit, Star Wars, Blade Runner, all this stuff. Basically any movie that came out after this that has to deal with space, they pulled from this. And satire shows definitely use things from this movie as either plot points or references, even if it's just the Space Odyssey theme, HAL, the lights flashing, the monolith. It's just like Full Metal Jacket, just chock full of pop culture references that I didn't get, and that just shows its influence beyond movie making. It impacts everyone. The audio played a huge part in moving this story along. I would say more so than the other movies, because the breathing, Hal speaking, and even that you can say is referenced and influenced things today, like Jarvis in Iron Man, or in the movie Upgrade I just watched, I forgot what, a STEM, I think it's called. The way it was speaking in his head. There's a video game called Portal, basically similar to how HAL was operating, and just the music, the memorable themes and the stuff I've heard before. And even when he was going through whatever the hell that was, when he got past Jupiter, the audio played a huge part in building up and setting moods and letting us know when to be on alert, or if the threat was over. It was pure. Or even when the guy was floating in space, it was just silence. Whenever we got a space scene, most of the time it was dead silence when the dude got disconnected. So even the lack of music, just as impactful as when any type of music or score or effects were playing. I could almost say I got like a Matrix feel from this as well, just in terms of the unknowing and what's real and what's not, and technology being super advanced to the point where it's sentient, like the agents. It's just that whole sense of discovering truth and reality. I just got Matrix vibes from it. I can't pinpoint it, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, or you could explain why I feel that way better than I can. After that intermission, up until he hit the Jupiter Infinite, basically the whole HAL saga in the middle of the movie, that felt like a horror movie. That felt like The Shining. Like there was this evil presence. You didn't know where it was coming from, and you could say it was from the monolith, but we didn't know if that was good or bad yet. HAL 9000 was literally the bad guy, the only visual bad guy we got in this. That was just him following his programming. He just knew the mission was ahead of everything, and these guys talking about disconnecting him made him want to kill them so the mission could go along. Like the guy said, there's no way this is the first time it's had a computer error. It's definitely done this before. It's just not documented. Famous last words, as he said. Is that where it comes from? Famous last words from this movie? Because I see that all the time. People comment something and they'll be like, famous last words. Did it come from this movie? That'd be dope too. It could have been from something before then, maybe Shakespeare, but this is the first time I've actually heard it in a movie and not like in a YouTube comment or something. We didn't even get a real plot until the intermission, until right after the intermission. Basically, in that plot ended fast about repairing the satellite and dealing with HAL. Once HAL was disconnected, it was like, all right, what's the plot? And it was just go to Jupiter. And he went there, and then the unexplainable happened. Like Stanley Kubrick movies, man, there's no real plot. Like A Clockwork Orange, there wasn't really a plot. It was just things happening one after another. Full Metal Jacket, it just felt like things happening. You're just in the day of a soldier. It isn't no real main thing to get through. It's just another day. And even when it ends, the story doesn't really end. It's just, that's where the movie ends. There's still more to be told, more to be seen, more to be done. Even A Clockwork Orange, how that ended. I'm getting the feeling that Stanley Kubrick isn't really that religious. We saw some religion in A Clockwork Orange. We didn't get any really in this, but you would have thought maybe even if he was a little bit religious, it would have been something pertaining to God or reference. We didn't get any of that in this movie. It was like all science. And even for the dawn of man, most people believe it was Adam and Eve. He basically told us like, no, bro, we came from this. This is what I believe. And I think you can still be spiritual, or maybe not Christianity. I feel like Adam and Eve is like the base of Christianity. But I have biology teachers that didn't believe it, but had to teach that we evolved from this stuff, even though they believed it came from Adam and Eve. And I was like, how can you teach this when I know you don't believe it? And she just didn't have an answer for me. He could be religious, but still feel this way. I don't know. I don't know too much about him. I just know he was incredibly educated. All of his movies, a reflection of society or of discovery, your mind breaking or war. It's just a reflection. And telling it through a movie is way more interesting than a teacher trying to break it down to you, or biology or chemistry. This dude's directing style it's out there. And the fact that he was one of the first, I think someone said he passed away. I don't know at what age, but the fact that he was doing movies this well back then, well, back to back to back, I may just have to run through his entire filmography. Seriously, this dude is like, I can't believe I didn't really know who Stanley Kubrick was before a few months ago. I didn't even know he directed The Shining. I just know The Shining. I've seen it. I remember it when I was younger, but someone mentioned that's also a Stanley Kubrick movie. And it's like, oh, okay. That makes sense after seeing Full Metal Jacket. Well, 2001 A Space Odyssey. I could really talk about this for probably another 5 minutes, but I feel like I just want to I want to research what that ending meant. I usually don't do that. I don't go and look off what the director was trying to say, what the ending was supposed to represent. A lot of it is interpretive, and it's what someone thinks it means, not necessarily what the director meant. Unless the director came straight out and said it, I really don't try to look for it. And the director's never going to say nothing. They want to be our imagination. They want us to get there on our own or formulate our own ideology off of their work. They don't want to just force feed or just tell us direct. Sometimes, but not all the time. But for this one, I may have to do that. I may have to see if Kubrick said anything or what the consensus is on what this ending meant. Maybe there's going to be a consensus in the comment section for this movie. All I know is this movie was out there. That ending was wild. I need to see the shit in theater. I have to see if there's a couple of movie theaters around here that play old stuff, like old Star Wars and Casablanca type stuff. I gotta see if they're gonna do 2001 Space Odyssey. If not, I'll request it because it seems like it'd be a great experience. If anything stood out to you in this movie or there was anything I might have missed, I know there was, please tell me about it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed watching my reaction. All I ask is that you leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can also vote on what I watch, see full-length reactions, and get YouTube edits early on my Patreon through the link in the description. You guys are the best. We're a family. You know that. That's it for me. Until next time, spread peace and love. I'm out.